Hey guys, happy Tuesday to y'all. We are going to take a look at the MVP Shy. I received this from Innokin for the purpose of review. I am not going to lie and tell you it's the best thing since sliced bread if I don't think it is, because that's just not the way I work. But we're going to take a look at it, and then we'll come back up and we'll talk about it. Okay guys, so here we are up and close and personal with the black Calavera. I have a hard time saying that. It's got little Swarovski gems up on the top. The sugar skull itself is flush. You can't feel it very much on there. And let's talk about what comes with it. So you get your tank with a coil in it. This is a dual bottom coil, and we'll go over that in just a minute. You get a beauty ring. So if you are using a tank that it would be exposed, you can cover it. You get a couple extra little replacement crystals, and you get your charger. I'm going to set the beauty ring and this to the side because we don't need those right this second, and move the tank over because we're going to go over the Calavera itself. To turn it on and off, you would do 1, 2, 3. It flashes on, and when you use the button with a tank on it or even with it off, it will glow green if it is charged, yellow when it needs to be charged, and red when you really need to charge it. On the side, you will have your puff counter. The puff counter does reset each time you turn this on and off. I would pay attention to that puff counter, because if you do not pay attention to it and it goes to 999 puffs, it will cycle itself to clean, and if you have a tank on there, your tank will taste funk afterwards. The top button is your variable voltage. The bottom button is your wattage. To get one, you hold it, and you will see that is at 10.5. If you hold it again, you can click it round robins. It goes from 6 volts to 11, I think. Yeah, 11, and then it will round robin back again. If you want watts, you hold the bottom button, and same thing, it will round robin. It goes from 3.5 to 5, I believe. Yeah, 3.3 to 5 on that. So you can tell what atomizer you have on by simply putting it on there. How did I do that before? Usually it does. It makes liar out of me. Okay, it just sped right by. There we go. You hold both buttons down at once, and it will originally tell you 2.0, which this is a 2.1 ohm coil. It means the battery's gone down just a tad, but that's alright. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, it has a puff counter on it. It has a short circuit and atomizer protection that's built into the top of the device. It has an over discharge protection on it. It has the battery level indicator, which is in the button. It has a large battery capacity. This is a 2600 mAh battery. It has a high compatibility 510 connection on the top. 10-second cutoff on this. I will tell you about the pass-through in just a second. It remembers your last voltage or wattage setting that you were using, so you don't have to keep changing it. It is a portable power source for your electronic items, and it has a built-in 3-digit display on here. Like I said, if it gets to 999 puffs, it will reset itself and recycle. So let's talk about the bottom, because this is a little bit interesting. To charge it, you would take the smallest post, and I did this upside down, I believe. No, I grabbed the wrong One. Hold on here. I'm a little backwards. It's all right. You push it up into the top, and it has a USB connection. If you have a wall charger that has a USB connection in it, I would suggest plugging it into that. I do not like plugging things into my laptop. Batteries have been known to implode when being charged off of a computer. So I try to veer away from that. If you're going to be doing that, make sure you are sitting at the computer. Do not leave this charging overnight. The other cool thing is if you do need to charge your iPod, your iPhone, other electronic devices, you do have 3 different outlet posts on here, and you just turn it. You would plug your USB into the bottom on here. There we go. Just like that. And the only thing you need to do is you need to pay attention to this button right here. When you are charging it, to charge the actual battery, you need to make sure that is off. If you're trying to charge your phone in a pinch, or your iPod in a pinch, or your iPad in a pinch, you simply flip that button up and you're ready to charge whatever device you're going to charge. So that is about the charger thing. Now let's get to the tank. I'm not a huge fan of this tank, I will tell you that straight up. I'm going to take this off so you can see the coil on it. I've been vaping on it for about 12 hours, and even though I rinsed it and let the wick dry, and I rinsed out the tank before I started using it, there is a funk taste that just is not palatable to me. But for somebody who is a brand new vapor, they probably wouldn't detect that. So this is the dual bottom coil. They stack up on top of each other. This is a 2.1 ohm coil. And I think I got about 3 mils of juice into the tank when I put it together. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this coil at all. It has this weird funk taste to it. However, I was looking at this, and I do believe you can put pro-tank heads in here. I haven't tested that theory. I will test it and put it either in the comments or edit a little video, the video blurb here, and let you know that I have found that that works or not. Now I can get that back on there. But, for a vapor whose tongue may not have totally gotten its taste buds back yet, it wouldn't be a bad tank. I don't know, maybe I just got a funk coil on it or something. But it just screws onto the top, and it meets flush with this ring here. I wished it would have gone down just a little bit more to cover that up, because I am a little bit OCD about things like that, but it is what it is. And the nice part is you can put different tanks on, which is where this beauty ring will come into play. You screw the beauty ring on, and you can take any kind of a tank. I'm putting a Nautilus tank on here. I will be doing a review on this later. I just am waiting for some new coils to come in so that I can do the review and show you how to replace the coil on it at the same time. So there you go, and it's ready to go. So let's go back up and we'll take a vape, and I'll tell you my thoughts. Hey y'all, and welcome back. So as you can tell, I broke down the MVP shine for you, let you know the ins and outs, let you know the things that I like and I don't. Am I a fan of this tank? No, I'm not. Am I going to get a different coil to put in here and see if it was just a problem with a flute coil? Yeah, I am. I'm still not a fan of the tank for 2 reasons. The coil, the taste kind of set me off, and the fact that this drip tip is not removable and replaceable. I kind of think it's a little step backwards. I know Innokin is making some leaps and bounds to try to come into the current market, and they did so with the actual MVP Shine device itself. Having a battery that can last up to 4 days fully charged is amazing. That's great to me. The portability factor is great to me. All the little wing-ding information that you get by pushing the different buttons on here. Love it. But the tank, I do appreciate that it is a bottom coil. Um, do I like that? This particular bottom coil? No. The taste is still kind of. It's fruity with a hint of burnt. And it's getting weaker. But when you have a brand new coil, it should not take. Let's see, I'm going on about 14 hours of using it off and on. Shouldn't take that long for a coil to break in. I've had coils break in 20 minutes, 30 minutes when I was vaping on it. Um, but this long, no. So I'm kind of wondering if I got a funk one. Do I like the way that the tank looks on here? Yes and no. I kind of prefer the glass tanks. And a little smaller tank, maybe the EVOD would be nice on here, or but I understand, and the iClear is an Innokin product, so they wanted to make sure you were fully Innokinized. But overall, love, 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 and I love the Sugar Skull. Um, I don't know if I said this earlier in my video or not. The black Calavera, which is what this one is called, is not as readily available as the pink. Um, I know that people have been searching for these. I haven't found too many shops that have them. I have seen some on eBay, but you're paying a little bit more for buying it on eBay because it's a hot commodity. People want it, and there's not a lot of them. Um, which is part of the reason why when they told me I could choose which one I wanted, I chose this one because the pink one is everywhere. And I will eventually have the pink one because I'm a pink freak. So um, that's, you know, nothing new. But I did like the Sugar Skull design. I thought it was kind of cool. They do also give you some extra gems. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the breakdown or not, but they do give you another yellow gem and a couple more of these crystals in case they come off. I'm pretty sure if you lost that little packet that they give you, you could probably go to a craft store and get some more. They probably wouldn't be the Swarovski brand, but you could fix it up. Um, but like I said, you get the portability, you get good battery life, you have an option to recharge. Keep in mind, folks, this is a slower recharge for other devices off of this than if you were to charge your devices from your wall. It's kind of like when you charge something in a car, whether it's your phone or something else, it goes on to slow charge and it takes a lot longer to charge. That's why. It just it works the same on the Innokin MVP Shine. It's still burnt, but it's getting better. I don't know. I washed the element first. I always do. You never know what kind of manufacturer's dust is going to be on those things. So I washed it and washed out my tank. Let the coil completely dry. Did a test fire on the coil to make sure it was working. It was working, so I loaded the juice in and still funk. But that's the only bad thing I can really say about this is the coil in the tank, and that I felt that for somebody who's buying this device, they may not have an iClear 16 B or an iClear 16 period, that they might have wanted to include two coils in there, one in the actual device and then an extra in the box, so that you would have that extra, so that you could use the one, have the extra, and order some, so that you don't run out. But other than that, I really can't complain too much. It's a nice little device, and I look forward to using it a lot in the future. So until next time, guys, vape on, vape strong, and have a great day.